Hi guys, welcome back to SuperMath4U. This is Mr. Urrego, and today we're working on the Algebra 1 EOC review. We're graphing linear equations in slope-intercept form and using the x and the y-intercepts. The first thing we're going to do is slope-intercept form. Question, graph the function, and they give you an equation, all right, or a function. They're not specifying how they wanted you to graph this, so by default, you go y equals mx plus b. That's the slope-intercept form. Any number that is in front of the x is going to be your slope. Any number after that is going to be your y-intercept. If there's no number here, then your y-intercept is going to be 0. Okay, keep that in mind. So right now my slope is 2 and y-intercept is -3. Remember, b stands for y-intercept. My slope, I make it a fraction, and the y-intercept is fine. When you're graphing, the first thing you do is your y-intercept. That's going to be 1 point. So I'm going to go to b -3, which is your y-intercept of -3. So on the y-axis, you go all the way to -3. Okay? And then, using the slope, is going to be rise over run. Okay? The number at the top is your rise, which is your vertical movement, and the bottom is your run, which is horizontal. Let's go. Start at the y-intercept, rise over run. Rise is 2, so I go up 2, and then run is 1. I go to the right 1 step. So I'm going up 2, and then 1 to the right. And right there, you put your second point. Once you have those 2 points, now it's a matter of drawing a straight line, and let's see how it goes, because this is not easy. There you go. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so that's the line that they're asking for. All right, let's try another one. Graph the function. Okay, they can ask you graph the function, graph the equation. All right, and they give you 6x plus 2y equals 10. By default, I go to y equals mx plus b. All right, the slope-intercept form. Now, a lot of problems are going to be is that people tend to think that any number that is with the x is going to be your slope, right? Which is true. It's true if the y is by itself, like we did in the previous problem. But here, the y is not by itself. So what I need to do is I need to take that 6x plus 2y and leave the y by itself. That's the first thing you have to do. All right, let's leave the y by itself. Cancel the 6x. It's positive. So I subtract on both sides, bring down the 2y because this cancels. You want to have your x in the beginning and the number at the end. Okay, because remember, I'm looking for this form, y equals mx plus b. Is the y by itself? No, it has to be by itself. So divided by 2, everything gets divided by 2. And now I have 2 divided by 2, that cancels out, and that gives me y. -6 divided by 2 is -3. Bring down the x. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Once I have the y by itself, I'm ready to get my slope and my y-intercept. From here, my slope is -3. I know that I need to make it a fraction, so I put a 1 underneath. And the y-intercept is 5, which is your b. All right? Remember, the slope is rise over run. All right. When we're graphing, first step, y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my first point. Then I use my slope, -3/1. Excellent. From starting at the y-intercept, another mistake is people start here all the time. No, you start at the y-intercept always. Here, rise is -3, which means I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 steps. And then the run is 1, and I'm going to go to the right 1. And once I have that, I make my second point right there. There we go. Let's put it in blue. And now we need to make my line because I'm ready. Remember, you only need 2 points to draw your line. And that once you have the 2 points, you're ready to draw a line. Okay? Not too bad. Not too bad. If you notice, my line is going from left to right, is going down. Why? Because my slope is negative, so it makes sense. Okay? All right. Guys, remember to check the description, a lot of material, links for EOC review videos and more tools. Don't forget my website, a lot of tools right there. Okay, another question. Now they're specifying in which way they want me to do it, using the x and the y-intercepts. By the way, and let's go back. When I have the equation y equals mx plus b, this is slope-intercept form, okay? When I have the equation, the x and the y on one side, they call that the standard form. Okay, so when I have the standard form of the equation, it's easier to graph using the x and the y-intercept. Let me show you. So my x and the y are together on one side, so it's easier to do the x and y-intercept. How do I do this? I'm going to break this into two parts. That's supposed to be a straight line. And I'm going to find my x-intercept. How do I find the x-intercept? I make the other variable 0. If I want the x, I make the y 0. So I write my 4x minus 2y equals 10. You see, I didn't change anything on the equation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the y, instead of the y, I'm going to put a 0. So I'm going to have a 0 right there. So I have 4x minus 2 times y, which is 0, equals to 10. Negative 2 times 0, anything times 0 is 0. Okay, so this is going to cancel out right away. And then I have 4x equals to 10. Therefore, I got to divide by 4, divided by 4. 4 and 4 cancels out, and 10 divided by 4 is 2.5. That's your x-intercept. Okay, and what is the x-intercept? It's nothing more than a point that touches your x-axis. I'm going to go to 1, 2, 2.5, and that's my first point. My second point will be using the y-intercept. So I'm going to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, I make my other variable 0. The other variable is the x, right? I have x and y. So if I'm looking for the y-intercept, I make the x 0. Bring down the equation. 4x minus 2y equals to 10. And instead of the x, I put a 0 right there. So I have 4x instead of the x is 0 minus 2y equals 10. But we know already that 4 times 0 is going to give me 0. That's going to cancel out. Okay? So in the beginning, when you're doing this, you can cross this out right away and just deal with the negative 2y equals to 10 divided by negative 2, and therefore the negative 2 and negative 2 cancels out. 10 divided by negative 2, it gives me negative 5. And this is your y-intercept. So I'm going to go to the y-axis all the way to negative 5. Where's negative 5? Here we go. This is negative 5. And now I have 2 points. That's all what I need. Once you have the 2 points, you connect them. Oh my God, this is not going to be all right. Hold on. There we go. Not too bad. You connect them, and that's your line. If you notice, this is going to be positive slope because it's going from left to right. It's going up, positive slope. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. We're not doing this in our next video. We're going to do systems of equations by graphing. Okay? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.